Welcome to Book of Recaps. Today, we dive into the mind-bending sci-fi masterpiece Interstellar. If you enjoy our content, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Let's recap Interstellar, and let's explore the wonders of this incredible film together. The main character of this film is Cooper, who is a pilot in NASA, but now he is a corn farmer. His father-in-law, his son Tom, and his daughter Mer live with him. There is a book room in that house, in which the books kept there keep falling here and there. Little Mer tells his father that there is a ghost in her in that room. Cooper tells Mer to observe and record whatever seems strange to her in that room. In the area where he used to have a cornfield, there has been a constant storm of dust for some time. When Cooper goes to the room of those books, he sees that dust has formed a special pattern on the ground. At this time, for the first time, he comes to know that there is no ghost but the effect of gravity. After analyzing that pattern, he finds that it is actually a binary code, in which a location coordinate is hidden. After decoding the location coordinate, when he reaches that location, he finds out that a secret project of NASA is being worked on there. There he meets his former professor, Dr. Brand, from whom Cooper learns that in the future the Earth will no longer be suitable for humans to live in, because its environment is deteriorating and plants are dying. Hearing all this, Cooper asks him what plan has NASA made to save the Earthlings. On this, Dr. Brand tells him that some advanced civilization or alien being is secretly trying to help the human race. Whatever it is, 48 years ago, it made a wormhole near Saturn, using which we can go to another galaxy in a very short time and find a planet like Earth. And there we can settle humans and maintain the existence of the human race. During this conversation, Dr. Brand also tells Cooper that NASA has already sent 13 different astronauts into that wormhole, whose mission is to go to the other side of the wormhole and find a planet that is both habitable and close to humans. They have taken a beacon with them, whose signal NASA can track. They have to turn on that beacon when they find a habitable planet. It is only the beacon that can tell which planet is habitable and which is not. Dr. Brand also tells that NASA has been getting the signal of many astronauts' beacons for decades, but now only 3 beacons have remained active, whose signals are coming from 3 such planets, which are present near a black hole called Gargantua. Therefore, work is going on a new mission. Its name is Endurance. In this mission, astronauts have to go to the planets from where the signals of the beacons are still coming. They have to examine those 3 planets and find out which planet is the best for humans to live in. If the Endurance crew finds such a planet, then NASA has 2 plans to save humans. Planet Dr. Brand has been working on an advanced equation for years. If this is solved, we'll shift the Earthlings to space in a huge space station. The construction site where Cooper and Dr. Brand talk is not a lab, but the same space station which we just talked about. When the Endurance crew will cross the wormhole on their mission, Dr. Brand will try to complete his advanced equation. Plan B: Dr. Brand is not able to complete his equation, or if the Endurance crew takes a lot of time to find a habitable planet, then to save humanity. The Endurance spacecraft will take a large number of fertilized human embryos with it. For genetic diversity, DNA of people from different parts of the world has been used in these embryos. If the Endurance crew finds a habitable planet, then they have to go there and raise the embryos of the once generation. After that, the once generation will raise the next generation. The next generation will raise the next generation, and this process will continue. Since Cooper is an NASA's ancient pilot, Dr. Brand requests him to take command of the Endurance mission. He agrees to this, which makes his daughter Marv angry with him. Anyway, now he leaves for the mission. He travels through the wormhole and reaches near a black hole called Gargantua, on the outer edges of which those 3 planets are present, from where NASA was still getting beacon signals. Now here the concept of time dilation has been used. Time passes slowly near a black hole compared to the Earth. That is, if a planet is near a black hole and the other is far away from it, then the planet which is near the black hole, time will pass slowly compared to the other planet. Anyway, let's talk about the film again. The Endurance crew first decides to go to a planet, which is very close to the black hole. Because of being close to the black hole, when 1 hour passes on this planet, then 7 years pass on the Earth during that time. Cooper wants to return to Earth and see his children safe and sound. Cooper, Dr. Brandt's daughter, and Doyle go to that planet through landing when their companion stops at Endurance. When they go to that planet, they find that there is only water there, but there is no sign of life. They also get a sample of the astronauts' spacecraft sent by NASA to that planet. In an attempt to obtain the flight recorder, they fall prey to the tidal wave, because of which they spend 3 hours on that planet instead of 1. During that time, one of their companions, Doyle, also dies. When they return to Endurance, they find that 23 years have passed on Endurance for their companion. When Cooper sees the video messages sent by his children, he finds that his children have also grown up now. The flight recorder found on that planet shows that NASA's astronaut died as soon as he landed on that planet. The beacon only sent signals for a few minutes, but because of relativity, a lot of time passed on Earth during those minutes, because of which NASA on Earth felt that that signal has been coming from that planet for many years. Since Endurance was using fuel for 23 years, now limited fuel is left in it. With the remaining fuel, they can only go to one of the remaining 2 planets. Coming from both the planets, based on the data obtained from the beacon signals, it is found that the planet on which Edmund is more suitable for humans to live. But since Mann was still sending signals from the other planet, in the end, the Endurance crew decides to go to Mann's planet. Meanwhile, Cooper's daughter Murph has grown up and become a scientist, and she assists Dr. Brand. Before dying, Dr. Brand tells her that Plan A was just a show, because he had solved his equation many years ago, and he knew that humans cannot be saved from it. Therefore, now only Plan B can be successful, which means that Murph will never be able to see his father again. Murph gives information about the death of Dr. Brand to the Endurance crew members via video message and also tells them the whole truth. She also blames her father Cooper that he left her to die on Earth. However, despite this, Murph continues to work on those equations because she hopes that she will be able to solve those equations. But to solve those equations completely, she needs quantum data on gravitational singularity. Mann's planet is not as close to the black hole as the previous planet. Therefore, the astronauts are not in a hurry like before. When they reach the planet by tracking the signal of the beacon, they find Mann in deep sleep, which they bring to Endurance. After waking up, he tells that there are some problems on this planet, but it is suitable for humans to live on. After that, all the astronauts go to the planet's surface via lander to examine the planet. After going there, they find out that Mann has misled them by sending wrong data because this planet is not suitable for humans to live on. During this time, Mann fails to kill Cooper, while he also kills another crew member. During manual docking on Endurance, Mann dies, and this accident also causes a lot of damage to Endurance, due to which it starts falling down. Cooper and Dr. Brand somehow attach their lander to Endurance and make it stable again. Now Endurance becomes stable, but it does not have enough fuel to go to the 3rd planet. It is also necessary to go to this planet because they have already been told that Plan A was already a failure. Secondly, according to the data received from that planet was most suitable for humans to live on. All of them make a plan to use gravitational slingshot to send Endurance to the planet of Admin. It is a technique by which we give speed to a plane by using the gravitational force of another planet, but the problem for Cooper is that as close as Endurance will go to Gargantua black hole, the same time will pass on Earth, which he does not want at all. Because Cooper wants to see his children alive, he still hopes that Plan A can work. The center of the black hole is called gravitational singularity. Cooper first sends his robot TARS to gravitational singularity, with the hope that maybe he will go there and send him the quantum data, using which Plan A will also succeed. But when TARS enters gravitational singularity, its signal stops getting to Cooper, because Endurance yarn is also in the proximity of the black hole due to excessive weight. Cooper separates his yarn from Endurance to reduce its weight so that Dr. Brand and Robot Case can reach the 3rd planet and maintain the existence of humanity and make Plan B successful. After separating his yarn from Endurance, Cooper himself is pulled into the center of the black hole by the powerful gravitational force of the black hole. He feels like he is going to die now, but instead of dying, he reaches a tesseract. In this tesseract, he sees the room with books in his house, about which his daughter Murph used to tell him that there is a ghost in that room. Interestingly, he can also see back and forth in time through that tesseract. That is, in this tesseract, time is also a physical dimension, in which you can see back and forth just like you do in space. Anyway, let's move on. After understanding the tesseract, Cooper wants to give his daughter a message in the past to stop her from going. Even after a lot of effort, he is unable to give her his message. After this, he realizes that gravity is such a force that can go in different dimensions in time. So, he uses gravity to give his daughter Murph a message to stop her from going, which little Murph also notes in her notebook by writing STAY. After that, when the room is filled with dust due to the storm, Cooper uses gravity to give her the location coordinate of NASA's secret base through a binary code. This is the same message that Cooper had decoded in the beginning. That is, the one Murph was thinking was a ghost in his childhood was none other than Cooper of the future. Cooper gets a message from his robot TARS in the Tesseract, which he had sent to collect quantum data in the black hole before himself. TARS tells Cooper that he has got that quantum data, which can complete the incomplete equation of Dr. Brand and make plan a successful. Cooper tells TARS to send that data to himself. Now Cooper has everything he needs to save the rest of the Earthlings. But the problem is how to get that data to his daughter Murph, who is now a scientist. He uses gravity to send this data in Morse code format through that clock, which he had given to his daughter Murph. When Murph sees that clock, he understands that this is Morse code, which his father has sent. He decodes it and understands the entire quantum data. After this, the incomplete equation of Dr. Brand is completed. After this, using gravity, scientists shift the Earthlings to a large space station in space. There, as soon as Cooper sends the quantum data to his daughter, that Tesseract disappears by itself. Since the Tesseract was in the center of the black hole, the passage of time there was slower. This means that the only minutes spent by Cooper in the Tesseract was equal to more than 50 years of his daughter's life on Earth. After leaving the Tesseract, other astronauts somehow find Cooper. But when he opens his eyes, he finds himself in a large space station. He sees that humans have completely mastered gravity on that space station. The name of that space station is Cooper Station, which was named after his daughter. Now, when he goes to meet his daughter, he finds that her daughter is quite old, whereas there is only a few years difference in her age. Her daughter tells him that there is nothing left for Cooper in this world because his family does not live there anymore. After this, Cooper departs to the planet on which he had sent Dr. Brandt's daughter through an Endurance spacecraft. In the end, it is shown that Dr. Brandt's daughter lands on that planet without any problem. Now his next plan is to increase the number of humans there. Now it is not shown in the film whether Cooper can meet her or not. The film ends here. Now, let's talk about the most important issue. Who were they who were trying to save humans from the beginning? To save humans, they made a wormhole near the Earth so that humans can easily find a new planet to live in. They made a Tesseract and helped Cooper to save humans. It should be noted that they could have made a Tesseract, which means they could have shown the past, present, and future of the world to Cooper. But they made a custom Tesseract in which there was only one room through which Cooper could give his message to his daughter. It means they wanted to save the existence of humans through Cooper. In the beginning of the film, it is shown that NASA thinks that it is a developed civilization or an alien power. But when Cooper is inside the Tesseract, he says that it is none other than the humans of the future who have mastered the laws of the universe, because of which they can manipulate space and time in any way they want. To save their existence, they sent the Tesseract from the future to the past. But a paradox arises here. If the past of humans was not safe, then how was it possible for the humans of the future to exist? Nothing has been said about this in the film. Do tell us what you think about this through the comments section. Friends, that's all for today's episode. I hope you liked this episode. If so, don't forget to like and share it. If you are new to this channel, do subscribe